Thokozani Mogogo, Thokozani Makhehla, I welcome you together with the guys that you work with. And today, let's look and explore the cloaks, capes, amajazi, izambatho, which are ancestral and spiritual garments, more aligned with spirituality in the church sense. These would not only be on their own, but would most often be paired with a doek that mostly females would wear. Some male figures do wear doeks as well. It all depends on their spirit guides, requirements, and instructions. And mostly, when you honor these spirit guides or messengers, you actually cover up, as you see that I'm also covered up. So these are ancestral messenger coats and capes, and head wraps, head scarves, or doeks, which are mostly worn as a sign of respect to our elders and spirits. And one would even venture to ask, but why wear them for respect? Is that all there is to it? The answer is no, nope, icona. All ancestral items have a specific role to play, generally, or at specific times. They are locating and grounding tools. Also, a head wrap gives one a humble appearance. Don't I look humble? Which is an advantage for the hot-headed ones who initiate communication only to facilitate a battle between themselves and their guides, due to their stress, anxiety, depression, etc. At least when you show up, you seem humble and listenable till you open your mouth and start screaming hell into existence. Definitely a bad strategy, that one. I've heard people say, but it is a demand and command them. They cannot hold you hostage and think it's okay. Children, child. Oh, don't do that. Do not do that. It's a bad move, bad idea, and the worst strategy. We'll talk about that at some other time. Anyway, your ancestral guides, they know when and how you come to them, including your agenda, even if you do not declare it. The garments then serve as your calling card as well, or a smoke signal to your guides. They even go as far as setting the agenda or communicating it through the specific colors that you will wear. They are to be worn when you approach God and spirit. Worn when an imbalance occurs, like spiritual headaches, poor eyesight, anxiety, and emotional feeling of being overwhelmed, drowsiness, etc. You also use them to heal yourself. So the question is, where do you get given these ancestral garments? When, how, why? Ooh, sounds like I'm writing a proposal. You get given them through dreams, vision, whispers, or even consultation, where healers pass the message to you of what is needed. Amajazi, or the prayer ancestral capes, coats, cloaks, etc., are for prayer messengers and are deeply linked to how the African indigenous healers had to find a way to continue practicing their belief system through a converted manner that did not infringe or contravene the Witchcraft Suppression Act that the colonizers introduced. Well, African spirituality, and its power, potency, and efficiency were viewed as a threat. So here are some of the details about the Witchcraft Suppression Act. It's called that Act 3 of 1957, and it was an act of parliament that prohibits various activities related to witchcraft, witch smelling, or witch hunting. It is based on the Witchcraft Suppression Act of 1895 of the Cape Colony, which was in turn based on the Witchcraft Act of 1735 in Britain. Yeah, along there. Our ancestors then realized that it's a matter of sink or swim, and swim it is. They converted the spirits to serve under religious institutions, as opposed to pure spirituality practice, which embraces all aspects of the universe, creation, and practical evocation of nature. This went as far as even affecting dress code and gathering spaces. In spirituality, one does not depend on institutionalized programs or programming. Meaning when your spirit guide says you go now, you better go. Sorry? No waiting for a certain day, certain time, certain place, certain map, certain locality, certain. If they say up the mountain you go. And your intuition guides you. And your knees will nail you at the right spot. Yes, I know that sounds like skewed English. No mistake there. Yes, your knees will force you to kneel as nature communicates with you when you get to the right spot. So as we move along, amajazi, the ancestral codes for prayer messengers, they come in different prints, designs, e.g. one color pattern, two colors, longitudinal or horizontal design, red and white, blue and white, red and leopard, mustard and pink, yellow and green, blue and purple, gray and blue, white, purple, red, etc. You know us, we are creative. Some of the designs are quite eccentric. Some will be one color outside and another inside, or one solid color and edged with another color at the bottom, opposite. We pick ngani. Before we go deeper, Gogo, go deeper, Mama. Go deeper. Yes. Remember the when, where, why, how, whom. We dealt briefly with this, especially the where. Excuse me. When it can happen at any time, of your life, especially during the spiritual awakening period, where things come crashing at you. Why? Because it's time to connect, realign, reconnect, remember with your higher purpose in the form that your guides will recognize themselves in you, for you. Now let's deal with the how. How? The how and the where intertwine in this instance through the dreams in different spaces, mountains, the water, a church, through someone gifting you in a vision, a hand appearing and giving you a garment, etc. And let's look at the whom. Your spirit guides will gift you or give you a friend, a family member, celebrity, an animal, all in a dream or a vision. Now let's get into the details. Sit well and write well. Let's go. The leopard code. This one is for Umzawe and the Bongoma, and it's utilized everywhere. And the yellow one, heavenly messengers, is Thunywa Zulu. They use that one. The blue and yellow code represents the messengers of the water and the skies. Also maternal side of your lineage. Sometimes things can be the other way around. The black one represents the Inzuza, the ruler of waters, who are messengers of the water, royalty of the waters. And maroon is also for Inzuza too. And white represents the messengers of water, heaven, church, faith, light. The blue and white messengers of water and church, those are the ones. And the blue for the messengers of water, as well as minds of heaven, as a phezulu, okanye as a moya, as enkolo. Yes, that is that one. The red and the leopard represents the enemies, or should I say the enemies to fight? So it's your tool for fighting that you would wear. Green and white, all the spirits have come together. Red for war or fighting evil. Of course, red for danger, so you know. Then there are crosses, stars, suns, half moons, different linings where, for instance, red represents fighting, of course, white, cleanliness and purity. That would be the Milky Way, it's the stars, sky, blue, it represents heavens, the sky is the galaxy, and then you'll have your yellow representing light, enlightenment, the sun, fire, and these are elements that you evoke, Gogo. Then there will be the contrasting or upikilaphu ngelinye or indwangu ngenye. That also has its own significance, and as much there is a general understanding of what these spiritual garments mean. Make it a habit. Actually, let me say make it mandatory to consult your spiritual messengers to clarify for you what each garment means for you. Remember, we might be walking similar paths, but our spirit guides are not the same, nor how they do things. Spirituality is energy, it flows, it's not stagnant. Before consultation or consulting outside, start ngaphakathi. Ask abaphathi bomsebenzi, the gift givers, about the gifts they give you and how to use them best. Okoko, as I always say, this is an ongoing journey. Returning to your higher self. It's not a one-day tournament. And what you learn along the way is mere enlightenment and an opportunity to grow. Yours is to walk the journey earnestly. Be patient with yourself. Be generous. Remember, it's your journey and yours alone. Trust the process. Trust your guides. They will guide and protect you. To the east, north, south, west. Shaya isandla. Beka esinye phezu kwesinye. Ngenhlonipho, I am grateful. Senhlehlela senyovane. Buyela emalwandle. Thokozani. Ndawuwe. Shewe.